Since 1997? That's 30 years ago. It's just sad. Sad is what it is. That is hilarious. Oh, Coca-Cola. It's so delicious to me. Really shocking, actually. What is up? Welcome back. Today we're reacting to a video titled American Foods That Are Banned in Other Countries. I'm an American discovering Europe, and I imagine there's a lot of foods in America that just are not allowed in Europe. From what I've learned, Europe has a really clean food, and so I'm excited to see what some of these foods are that are banned. What's up? My name's Aaron. I'm an American discovering Europe, one country at a time. The people, the culture, the sports, the food, the history, the music. I want to know it all, and that's what this channel is all about. So if you want to see more videos like this going forward, go ahead and hit like and subscribe, and you're going to see me again in the future. But now let's see what American foods are banned in other countries. Let's go.
Most Americans want to believe that the United States is the gold standard of clean food. But
True.
That belief may not hold up to scrutiny. From unsanitary practices in mass production to the addition of dangerous chemicals, countries have good reason to give the side eye to imported foods claiming to be USDA approved. That's right. This week we're talking about American foods that have been banned by other countries.
I mean, this is the epitome of of America. There's a lot of, let's just say America has a lot of things that other countries don't. That can be good and bad, and in this scenario, I don't think it's good. I think we're gonna get into some red dyes and just some, preservatives that maybe shouldn't be in the food.
But before we get started, be sure to subscribe to the Weird History Food channel. Then leave a comment and tell us what other world food facts you would like to know more about. Now let's see how wrong the rest of the world really is.
Skittles.
Since the dawn of Skittles, there have been rumors about the dangers of eating them. Every one of us heard at least one classmate claim that the red ones make you sterile, and the yellow ones, they give you cancer. Turns out...
Oh my gosh, that sounds... I've never heard that before, actually, funny enough, but that sounds about right, sadly enough.
It might be worse than that. First of all, your classmate wasn't wrong. The dyes known as Yellow 5 and Yellow 6 have been linked to hives and hyperactivity in children. Sweden and Norway have banned the candies out of concern. The European Union will most likely be banning Skittles at the end of the year, having...
Okay, all my friends in the EU, this video is 3 years old, so by now, based on this video, Skittles should be banned. Is that true? Skittles are banned? I did see that the UK that they're actually similar in color and everything, but they use natural food ingredients like beetroot and things like that to make them red, which is just makes a lot of sense. But yeah, we use dyes, which is...
having already swapped out some of the dye for more natural flavors. This is because of something called titanium dioxide, which can be found making the colors pop across the rainbow. Research linked titanium dioxide to damaged DNA, which can lead to cancer. While Europe may be ahead of the Skittles awareness curve, America is quickly catching up. In May of 2021, the Environmental Working Group asked the FDA to categorize titanium dioxide as toxic.
Toxic? Skittles are... You know what the sad part about this is? Well, first off, any toxin that people are consuming, that's terrible. It shouldn't be happening. But Skittles candies like this are for children. That's the part that's really even more messed up.
Before you ask, right now the FDA says it's okay to consume some of that chemical compound. You can taste the rainbow, but just in moderation. California is home to an ongoing lawsuit against Mars Inc., the parent company of Skittles.
M&Ms.
The lawsuit claims Skittles are not only toxic, but are unfit for human consumption.
Oh my gosh.
So maybe for now, play it safe. Just go have some Swedish fish instead.
Bread. Don't get me started. My European friends, the bread in Europe is just fresh. It's homegrown, it's homemade. It feels that way at least. And it is so delicious. The pastries, the love, you can feel the love that's put into the bread in Europe. In America, we have this bread on the screen. And if you go to an aisle, you'll see about 50 meters long of an aisle is just toast bread, just like this, just sliced bread. And from top to bottom shelf, it's all bread, different brands. I mean, there's probably 50 brands in a grocery store that you have to choose from for just sliced bread. It's a bit overwhelming, and it's just not the same as European bread.
Ever looked at a piece of crusty French baguette, be it in cartoon or in real life, but let's be honest, it was probably in the hands of Pepe Le Pew, and think, I can't make a sandwich with that? As great as we talk about the invention of sliced bread, a lot of European countries have actually banned much of what you'd find on America's wide grocer shelves.
Yeah, this is what I was talking about. Look at that. So from top to bottom, it's all sliced bread. And then you see this, it doesn't even start at the right side, because at the right, there would be even more bread. But you can see it goes all the way from the right, all the way to the left. Look how many brands and how much bread this is.
That's because we make a lot of our bread not just with grain, but with a variety snap packs worth of additives. Like azodicarbonamide, for example, which helps bleach flour and strengthen dough. Fun fact about azodicarbonamide, it's also used in a spectrum of industrial products, including yoga mats.
What?
Downward dogs.
Yeah,
the European Union is really against the idea of its citizens eating yoga mat material and has banned their use in food products.
Okay, here we go.
Pork, the other white meat, is a staple of American meats, along with chicken, fish, and beef. From bacon to ham, hot dogs to pork chops.
All right, let's be real. Pork is amazing in America. We eat so much of this. Seriously, I think in Europe you eat a lot more chicken than we do. We also eat a lot more beef than Europeans. So we eat a lot more beef and a lot more pork. Man, all that's good. I mean, the bacon, yeah, that's special. And where I'm from, we have American barbecue made from pork. In different parts like Texas, they have American barbecue from cow. So it's different meats, actually. It's not just all beef or all pork. It's from different animals.
American meat eaters consume about 67 pounds of pig per person every year.
What?
Soo-wee, my heart is stopping. Don't get us wrong, other nations indulge in swine just as much, if not more, than Americans. So why doesn't the U.S. export scores of succulent bacon-bearing boars? Well, it turns out America adds a lot of chemicals during processing. Ractopamine in particular is used in many pig farms to raise porkier porkers. Ractopamine, which we put a dash of in a lot of foods, has been banned in 160 countries, which all
banned in 160 countries, but not the U.S. That just doesn't make any sense. I mean, obviously U.S. is a first world country. They should be ahead of all of the science, just like all the other Western countries. So this is shocking. Well, I mean, why? Why do they keep this? I don't understand.
all consider the drug unsafe for human consumption. This, in turn, has led to a prohibition of pork exports across the world. The EU hasn't touched the stuff since outlawing ractopamine in 2009. China and Russia have been ractopamine-less since 2013. Maybe that's
China and Russia since 2013, EU since 2009, and it's 2026, and we still have this in America. So America is almost 20 years behind the EU. That's just insane.
because ractopamine has the same effects as an intoxicant on humans and can cause tachycardia, headaches, and muscle spasms if consumed in large enough quantities.
What?
But it is a small price to pay for a perfect piece of the pork.
Oh, here we go. We got some huge chickens in America. Huge chickens. We're about to talk about some steroids here.
Hygiene in America often comes down to dousing stuff in a chlorine bath and calling it FDA approved, and chicken is no exception. Pathogen reduction treatments, or PRTs, refer to the use of different chemicals to destroy harmful microbes on raw meat. Somewhere along the line, American food regulators decided a quick chlorine shock was the best way to kill salmonella and other bacteria on uncooked poultry. Chlorine marinade. And look, it's not that the EU is against taking a long gulp from the public pool now and then. In fact, the risks posed by chlorine consumption are relatively low. The bigger concern is that the chlorine baths are just an eye-burning Band-Aid on a larger problem. The tip of the beak, so to speak. They're worried that the PRTs are insufficient to deal with more than just the normal bacteria and don't get at a potential contamination from things like low-quality feed to unsanitary coops on farms. The EU called the chlorine rinse an easy fix, arguing,
Since 1997? That's 30 years ago. Oh my god.
no chemical rinse will ever remove all bacteria from meat heavily contaminated as a result of poor hygiene. That hurts extra to hear it from the French.
Oh, Mountain Dew. This stuff's gross.
Mountain Dew is the closest any soft drink has come to being fully weaponized. But did you know in Austria and Norway, the soda is outright banned? That's because Mountain Dew's signature Chernobyl radiant hue comes from tartrazine, also known as yellow 5. And if your ADHD hasn't kicked in yet, you'll remember that color and number from the Skittles section earlier. It's been linked to headaches, hyperactivity, and the desire to be annoying to other people.
I mean, maybe, it's interesting, like in kids, especially in America, and young people, the amount of people diagnosed with some kind of like ADHD or these kind of things is insane. Like insane. I mean, probably more than 50% of kids have ADHD. And it's probably because of consumption of things like this, it's just sad. Sad is what it is.
Ironically, the qualities that make Mountain Dew a soda non gratis in other countries is exactly what the brand promotes: a frenetic, over-caffeinated lifestyle. Do the do. Baja Blast. Woo-hoo. And while you might be able to find Mountain Dew in Europe, it's going to hit a little different. That's because Europe spent exactly 2 years in the 90s riding the dew before discontinuing it. What is being sold as Mountain Dew in the EU has a recipe closer to the original carbonated beverage, as created by Tennessee beverage bottlers Barney and Ollie Hartman in the 1940s.
What?
The original Mountain Dew was meant as a whiskey mixer, with a name
Really? Okay.
coming from the affectionate Scottish term for moonshine. It'll tickle your innards, is what the old ads.
It'll tickle your innards. That is hilarious. Your innards, my European friends, maybe you know this, but I'm just going to assume you don't. Your innards are just your stomach, like your intestines, the internal parts of your stomach. So tickle your innards, that's hilarious, actually. That's such classic 1940s slang right there.
Ads used to read. No lies detected here.
Yahoo! Mountain Dew!
Oh, Little Debbie, here we go. The cakes and cookies and...
Little Debbie has been providing Americans with comfort snack food since the 1960s, with their variety of zebra cakes, star crunches, nutty bars, fudge rounds, and cosmic brownies.
Oh my gosh, cosmic brownies. I've had all these like too many times to count. My grandpa loves the nutty bars. I used to love these cosmic brownies, but I just know they are absolutely disgusting. Yeah, I just know it. I'm gonna get Petra, my European partner, to try these and see how she likes it. But she's not gonna like it. I already know.
But their big claim to fame, as anyone who has ever had their lunch packed by a parent can attest,
Oatmeal
is the
pie.
Little Debbie Swiss rolls,
Oh,
a
okay.
mixture of rich chocolate cake and butter-creamy filling.
Those are
Over
gross.
900 million cartons of Little Debbie products are shipped each year, but none of those cartons go anywhere near Austria or Norway. Blame
Oh
those
my, hold on.
rascally
Let's see
cartons go
that.
anywhere near Austria or Norway.
Look how many types they have. Cosmic brownies, fudge brownies, strawberry rolls, fanny cakes. I've never seen those. Pecan wheels. Oh my gosh, these right here. I used to eat those for breakfast. I loved those growing up. Okay, the cupcakes. We got the donuts. Rice Krispie treats, Devil's Squares, Krispies, Banana Twins, zebra cakes. Oh my gosh. And then we have some cloud cakes, looks like Twinkies. Little brown. Oh, and the top, honey buns. These up here, I used to eat these all of the time. My grandpa loves these. Nutty bars, he still loves those. And then oatmeal cream pies. That's another classic. Maybe the older generation likes those more, but wow, this is really making me feel at home, to be honest, because this looks very familiar. This aisle, oh my gosh.
Or Norway. Blame those rascally additives, yellow 5 and red 40.
Terrible.
Swiss rolls contain 32 milligrams of dye per product, and in those quantities, they've been shown to have an adverse effect on children. And we're not just talking about causing hyperactivity, although one study found that cutting all artificial food coloring from diets may be 1/2 as effective as prescribing kids Ritalin. And while we can't prove there's a direct connection between
So cutting these dyes in foods, that's amazing, is 50% more effective than medicine? Amazing.
artificial food coloring and cancer, they do cause damage to white blood cells, causing them to mutate after only 3 hours.
Oh gosh.
Exposure to these dyes could cause tumor cells to multiply way more rapidly. For that reason, researchers say a high chronic intake of food colorings throughout the entire life is not.
Oh, these are iconic. At Christmas time, they always have this. You see Santa Claus on the box. These are something you just have to buy. You don't, at least for me, I never really enjoyed them, but we always had these. Jeez.
Not advisable. If only they weren't so delicious.
Cosmic brownie.
Surprisingly, you can buy Little Debbie Swiss rolls in the EU, but they come with warning labels advising parents of the potential dangers to kids. You know, like
What? Oh my gosh.
cigarettes.
Oh gosh, here we go. Cereal.
When
now.
you hear the words banned breakfast cereal, You're probably imagining one of the countless kid-focused brands of sugary morsels, like the
All right, hold on real quick. I'm just going to point something out. Every single thing we've talked about so far is kid-related. Every single thing, which is just terrible.
oh so delicious Cookie Crisp. So you might be surprised to learn that it's actually Special K, the most boring cereal on all of the earth, that has been banned in Denmark and discouraged in the EU. How
Wow,
does
that's
the
surprising.
healthiest box of flakes on the shelf get banned, while stuff like Reese's Puffs and Cinnamon Toast Crunch continue to enjoy free passage? Ironically, because of its supposed health benefits. In the UK, Special K has been put on blast by the Advertising Standards Authority for exaggerating how much folic acid they pack into portions. Though it's still legal to buy in Europe, Denmark has completely banned Special K since 2004 for all its fortified vitamins and minerals. Regulators argue that Kellogg's cereal's unnaturally high levels of everything from vitamin A to zinc actually qualify Special K as a genetically modified organism, or GMO. More specifically, Special K is swole with the same artificial compounds that studies have shown to potentially pose health risks, specifically to children and pregnant women. In conclusion, you may want to stick with crunch berries. You don't
Oh my gosh, steak's my
need
favorite.
to take a transcontinental flight to visit countries that have banned American foods. Just drive up to the Canadian border, flash your passport, and sign an affidavit saying you're not smuggling any steak tartare in your trunk. Today, consuming raw meat has fallen out of fashion in the US, much like other foods like veal and pate, which don't make you sick but might make you sad.
Yeah, I mean, I know in Europe it's normal to have raw beef tartare. We don't. We do not have that in America. I mean, maybe somewhere, but I've never heard of that.
But while baby cow and overstuffed goose liver is illegal in parts of America now, tartare is not. See, while veal and pate may be uncool, they are also served hot, unlike tartare, which is chopped up cold meat, straight from the cow. Undercooked or raw foods can lead to an increase in food poisoning and parasitic infections, especially in beef and poultry. But considering how fancy pants steak tartare is, Titanic food one might say, you'd think countries might look the other way and let the luxury delicacy slide. And for a long time they did. In Canada, meat has to reach an internal temperature of 145 degrees Fahrenheit, the equivalent of a medium rare steak, in order to be considered safe to serve. But those rules aren't strictly enforced. That is, until recently. In 2021, restaurant owners in New Brunswick selling steak tartare were all served cease and desist letters. Canadian public health officials had decided that amid the ongoing health crisis of COVID-19, the last thing their citizens needed was a side order of botulism.
Whoa, okay, so that has to do with Canada. Canada stopped that stuff, not the US. Oh, Coca-Cola. Oh, Coca-Cola. This stuff, I still love a good Coke. Even in Europe, getting a glass bottle, 250 milliliter, it's so delicious to me.
Is there anything more American than Coca-Cola? The fizz,
No.
the flavor, the former secret ingredient, cocaine. Coke is basically apple pie in beverage form. And it's not just Americans who are cuckoo for Coke. Invented by a pharmacist in 1886 Georgia, Coca-Cola quickly caught on overseas. It was the World War II GI's drink of choice. Pre-pandemic, Coca-Cola had 500 brands in over 200 countries, making it the
What?
best-selling soft drink and one of the most recognizable brands of all time. But there will always be exceptions, and unlike the other entries on the list, for once it has nothing to do with health concerns. Everybody knows that Coke is
Interesting.
not good for you. We just decided collectively that we don't care. No, the countries that have outlawed the brand have done so because of what it represents, a symbol of the encroachment of American capitalism. From 1962 to 2011, the U.S. banned sales of Coke to Burma as part of sanctions against the military junta that ruled the country until 2011. It resumed sales in the country in 2012. Today, Coca-Cola is only unavailable in 2 countries with long-term trade embargoes with the U.S. North Korea hasn't allowed Coke since 1950, and the
Whoa.
bubbly beverage has been banned in Cuba since Fidel Castro seized supplies in 1962.
Really? Okay, Cuba, that one's really shocking, actually. Okay.
First the prequels, now Coke. Is there anything that can't be ruined by the federalization of trade taxation? In a twist of irony and lime, Cuba was actually one of the first bottlers of the beverage outside of America. Today, Cuba
Sugar
Cola
cane.
has replaced Coke as the country's soft drink of choice, though black market sales abound. After all, it is the birthplace of the Cuba Libre, aka the rum and Coke.
Oh, here we go. More dyes, more food dyes.
M&Ms. M&Ms, the delicious melt-in-your-mouth, not-in-your-hand snacks, were originally a collaboration between the Scion sons of the Mars and Hershey dynasties in 1941. Like Coca-Cola, M&Ms gained international fans during World War II, as American
Whoa, okay.
soldiers popularized the candy overseas as the chocolate that won't get your trigger finger all sticky. But you won't find the candy in Sweden, where it's banned due to a trademark conflict with a popular national candy that also features lowercase m's as its
What? They don't have them in Sweden because of this?
signature. When Mars introduced the candy
hold on.
that also
Real quick, my Swedish friends. Those look delicious, by the way. I'm seeing a peanut in the middle. Yeah, that looks really, really nice and tasty, to be honest. It looks like dark chocolate, too. Whew, that looks good.
features lowercase m's as its signature. When Mars introduced the candy to Sweden in 2009, a court ruled its marketing too similar to that of the Norwegian Marabous, which resemble
Whoa.
Kit Kats. During World War I,
okay.
Marabou had moved its manufacturing to its Swedish neighbors, where it received a royal warrant of appointment by the King of Sweden. And here we thought the Swiss were the chocolate snobs. Should you want to check out what the fuss is all about, Marabou's is sold in IKEA stores here in the U.S.
Interesting.
Well,
okay.
at least it's good to know that M&Ms don't contain any harmful dyes or chlorine residue, right? That's a pretty important victory for hard-shelled chocolate.
Oh, really? Okay, there's no dyes in it.
So what do you think?
Okay, interesting. Really interesting. Let's go back real quick. Interesting. Very interesting. My European friends, what do you think of this video? What do you think of American food and how it compares to European food? Myself, I love very hearty foods. I love roast. I don't know if you know what roast is. I love things cooked for a long time in a big pot. So I love very traditional grandma style cooking. That is my absolute favorite food. If I could eat anything every day, it would be that. Stews and meats and veggies and things like that. I really just can't get enough of those things. So this food on this list and in this video was not, the things I normally go for. I did when I was younger, and every kid does, sadly. But yeah, just unbelievably fascinating. Well, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure you hit like and subscribe. If you have any videos for me that I should react to, make sure you drop those down below or in the Google form below. Also, check out the newsletter. I'm just posting a newsletter every week, just sharing a bit more about who I am and my life, what's going on. So check that out. Also, I'm starting a Patreon account where I'm going to be just giving you behind the scenes, showing you a bit more about my life, a bit more of who I am, and just try to be more open and show you what's going on in my life. So if you want to join that, check that out down below. You can join for free. That is an option. As always, I give a shout out to my channel members. Channel members, thank you so much for being a part of this channel and supporting me as I journey across Europe. It truly means the world. It truly, truly means the world to have your support, really. So thank you so much, channel members. And I hope all of you have the best day whenever you're watching this and wherever you're watching this. And I hope to see you in the next video. Cheers.